just had a CrossRoads Cruiser fifth wheel come in here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. All in all, nice piece. I mean, it's a couple years old. It's been used a little bit, but in a sense, that's also very good. When things don't get used is when they sit, and if there's any kind of failure, people don't see it, they don't address it, and then you have, water leaks that get unaddressed and spread and become a bigger problem than they could have or should have been. If people use their trailers every day, there's less chance of anything like that going wrong because they see it and can preventatively address it. See some fun things like the Blackout window cover here. That's also kind of thermal reflective, help keep the kids comfortable. This is what's called a bunkhouse storage garage. This bunk here flips right up, and it's on struts. I've only got one arm, so you can see I can lift that easily. But you notice that down here, we have a full RV cover in the bag stored under this bunk, just to give you an idea how much space is under there. And look at the type of wood they're using in these. This CrossRoads doesn't make junk. They make nice products. They always have, and they always use better materials. You know, this is full aluminum structure, fully walkable roof. This is built to be a very nice item. Big water heater, especially for something this class. I couldn't tell if it's 10 or 12 gallons, but it is bigger. The Equiflex trail air suspension, that little job is telling you about right here. If you look down, this is the easiest place you can see it. This has these big rubber dampeners in here on both sides. And what that's going to do is it's going to let these tires sit uneven easily. Like you see how that tire is higher than this one. If you look at the space above the wheel well, you get 50% more vertical travel out of that suspension system as compared to a common leaf spring setup. And it'll give you a far nicer ride when you're going down the road. I like the private control center that you have in here. I always like to see that people label their lights, because it's like moving into a house. You know how it takes you like 9 months to figure out where the light switches are? Kind of like that with an RV, except most people aren't in their RVs every day. This is a rear wraparound bunk model, front bedroom with full bed slide out, big super slide here in the middle. So it's got a lot of open space. Your fit and your finish on your cabinetry is fantastic. This stuff is built to last, absolutely built to last. Even look at your little spotlight fixtures here. Little things like, in your slide out, you've got nice residential light fixtures. They're willing to put some nicer pieces and parts into this. A lot of manufacturers are only worried about trying to get you the thing that is priced the cheapest, but you find out eventually you get what you pay for. And I think that's true in pretty much any walk of life. This does have an 8 cubic foot fridge. In English, that means 30% larger than standard. Let me show you real quick before I move on. What that means here is if you stopped here, that is a normal fridge. You gain all of this extra space down here. So you gain a whole extra shelf with this refrigerator as compared to a standard one. We've got a larger 22-inch oven instead of a smaller 16, so you can cook bigger stuff. And you notice how the stovetop cover is basically counter flush. So you can use it like extra counter space, or when you start cooking, you can flip it up and now it's a grease shield for your pots and pans so you don't, stain and scar up your wall. Fold it up like that, easy to wipe off, easy to clean, double purpose. Kind of like these right here. You can use this like extra counter space. They're nice and thick and heavy so they can hold up to the weight of stuff being put on them. You see that they fit really well. They don't slide around in here. Again, fit and finish is something I've always liked about cruisers. It's always been a nice thing. I mentioned this is a wraparound bunkhouse. It is a 4-bunk setup. So you've got 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now what's cool is because these bunks kind of overlap a little bit, if you've got a real tall kid, they can kind of dangle their feet down. They can put their head down here, and they can lay this way and have their feet sticking down here. So you can fit a couple of very large kids or adult guests. If you're talking hunting camp, a couple of your buddies can come here and they don't have to, snuggle with you in bed. I doubt they'd want to anyway, but I digress. Moving on. The previous owners were kind enough to leave a nice little flat screen TV in here. Very nice of them. Looks like there's also a slick little DVD player down there. So you've got all your entertainment needs met. Central air and heat. I haven't looked under this. I don't know what the underbelly's like. I would suspect it's enclosed underneath, but that might be a good question for you if, to call and say, hey, what's the underbelly situation like on this one? You see full bed and a slide out. Very nice, large upstairs here. Oh, how you doing? You get to see me. I'm Josh, the computer guy. How you doing? Moving on. I like that they left this open in the corner. It makes this bedroom feel a lot bigger not having a cabinet there. Plus, you see that the cabinet snakes around behind it, so you have extra storage back there, and you still have a TV shelf up top. More hanging clothing space. You can never have enough storage in any RV. If you watch a bunch of my videos, you're going to hear me say that a bunch of times because it's true. Private bathroom, and that is a porcelain stool with a foot flush. And it might seem silly, but something I always like to do is show people that a tall person like me, a big guy, still has plenty of room to sit in here. So a lot of people look at these little, I don't know, we'll call them closet style ones and say, oh, those are really small. They're big enough, you know. If it was much bigger, then you'd lose a lot of your space out here, and you know, everything's a push and a pull. If you want space in one place, you got to give it up somewhere else. So they really use their heads. They made stuff like the bathroom as large as it had to be to give you more living space where you spend more of your time. If you have any additional questions, do not hesitate to give us a call. We are here to take care of you. We make this easy. We do trades, we do financing, we do everything. Hitches, brakes, whole bang, you know, I mean, you can make one stop out of this. So give us a call, 800-256-5196, Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. Happy camping, everyone.